There is one Kevin Costner, and there was only one John Dutton 3, but the franchise must go on, and the upcoming Yellowstone spinoff following Beth and Rip is looking for someone to fill his cowboy boots. Though the casting choices have not yet been confirmed, if the goal is to find someone of Costner's ilk as John Dutton 3, there is a pool of contenders who could fit the bill very well. The person needs to have a certain gravitas, feel comfortable in the Western setting, and be both imposing and charismatic at the same time. As the Dutton family patriarch, John III was the beating heart of Yellowstone and most of the action revolved around him. Because of his stoic personality and traditional values, he would often bottle them up. Fiercely loyal and devoted to legacy, he had his flaws but always tried to stick to his guns and do what he thought needed to be done. Whoever fills the role in the Beth and Rip Yellowstone spin-off should be able to represent similar traits, and be able to carry the emotional weight connected with the leadership position. 10. Walton Goggins. Goggins' grit and intensity for a rancher role. With his star on the rise, and a very successful turn in White Lotus Season 3, Walton Goggins could capitalize on his elevated profile by joining another successful TV universe. He has already shown his Western credentials in Justified and The Hateful Eight, so viewers would have no trouble believing him to be a scheming ranch owner. Though he's substantially younger than Kevin Costner, he could represent a different generation with a newer perspective. That he certainly has the smooth-talking charm required for the role, and he could very feasibly go head-to-head with any character on the show. It's also easy to imagine fitting in with the Western aesthetic, and a Stetson would suit him perfectly. With Cole Hauser as the lead, their on-screen dynamics could be quite interesting to explore. 9. Hugh Jackman. His ability to convey both strength and vulnerability. The Australian multi-hyphenate has showcased that he can do the American accent justice, and he has also played gruff and masculine characters in various projects. Hugh Jackman is one of the most famous actors in Hollywood, so to get a star as big as him would bring a lot of attention to the new show and potentially draw in new viewers. He can play an ambitious patriarch as shown in The Greatest Showman and is comfortable on a horse as seen in Australia. Though mostly known for his film work, a move to television could be an interesting one. With his successful return to the MCU, he might want a project that is very different but with the potential to be very high-profile. Logan showed that he can play a tortured hero type with conviction, and his standing would lend the show that all-important gravitas. He has a soulful side that would work extremely well within this type of role, and it would be interesting to see him show some of the more antagonistic and morally grey aspects of the character. 8. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. His experience in playing gritty, morally grey characters. It is quite surprising that Jeffrey Dean Morgan has not been part of the Yellowstone universe already. It's still unclear what connection the role will have to Beth and Rip, but if the idea was to have them clash, then the actor that gave the world Negan would be perfect. He already lives on a ranch and is very outdoorsy, so he would have no problem fitting into the Montana scenery. He has a commanding screen presence and can handle a redemption arc with aplomb. That would be quite a smart move to join another franchise and shake it up. He has proven he can do so in The Walking Dead, so having some of that energy in another already established world would be a great way to add a fresh twist. Morgan has established himself as an actor who can embrace his dark side, but also show emotional vulnerability when it's needed, so a John Dutton-type role would suit his abilities very well. 7. Helen Hunt. Hunt's strong, independent presence in a leadership role. If Taylor Sheridan chose to shake things up a bit, it could be argued that introducing a matriarch character could be a refreshing direction. Helen Hunt has incredible range, as she has shown to be able to handle action as well as emotional depth. She is not only an Academy Award winner, but also a tornado chaser with great comedic timing. There would be a lot that could be included in the role, including the struggles a woman would face in a male-dominated environment. Hunt has already shown that she can thrive in television as seen in her guest spot on Hacks and, of course, her starring role in Mad About You. It would be a wise career move to join a show that has the potential for further spin-offs and a longer stint. Helen Mirren has already proved that a strong female Dutton can be just as formidable in 1923, so seeing one in the modern day could be just as impactful. The talented actor has already shown his drama credentials in the real-life-inspired True Detective Season 1, so a return to the TV screen is not out of the question for Woody Harrelson. He already has the accent perfected, and he could make his version of the character more soulful and smooth. His varied resume would give him all the swagger needed to carry the role, and he is able to convey a lot of emotional depth at the same time.